Brothers, my brothers out there, we've been crushed by the fists of gods. But like the old snake said, don't tread on me, brother, because you're gonna get bit. So let's talk about an old favorite of mine, Kadena Slinking Sorcerer. Not Stinking Sorcerer, dude. That's a different video over on the P-Hub, brother. But listen, man, you guys know the drill. Hit all the buttons with your little hot dog fingers out there, your little Vienna sausage digits, your Cheeto-stained phalanges. If you want to support the channel directly, hit the join button below or check out the Patreon. Whatever you do, man, I'm glad you're around for the ride, my brothers. Kadena Slinking Sorcerer, fantastic. 1 black, green, and a blue. Legendary creature, Snake Wizard, it's a 3/3. The first face down creature spell you cast each turn costs 3 less to cast. Whenever a face down creature you control enters, draw a card. The only constant in life is the unknown. 32 cents. Basically the only morph commander out there unless you count Animar. I have this deck. I modded up the precon circa 2019, in the year of our Lord 2019. Haven't really messed with it too much since, and I really should, dude. I want to update it. See, the deck kind of builds itself though, so let's look at 7 reasons to try Kadena. I love Kadena so much, dude. I just wanted to give a shout out to this classic commander. Alright, number 1, probably the most important thing, is that Kadena is a damn snake, brother. All the great heroes in my generation have been snakes. You got Snake Plissken. Remember that guy? You have Solid Snake out there looking for Metal Gear. You have Jake the Snake Roberts. Basically, all our politicians are lizards people. They live on the dark side of the moon. What can I say about that? Vote. Just register to vote, alright? Number 2 is that morphing is a special action unlike most others in the game. 702.37E. Anytime you have priority, you may turn a face-down permanent you control with a morph ability face-up. It's a special action, doesn't use the stack. To do this, show all players what the permanent's morph cost would be if it were face-up. Pay that cost, then turn the permanent face-up. Fantastic, dude. So that little morph effect on it ends. Any abilities relating to the permanent entering the battlefield don't trigger when it's turned face-up, don't have any effect, because it's already on the battlefield. It's complicated because it doesn't use the stack, but you need to have priority to do it. But you get priority fairly often, dude. Research that, I guess. I don't know. It's similar to how adding mana doesn't use the stack. Nobody can respond to it. Number 3 is that morphs are dirt cheap. They barely have any over $1. Some of them are kind of good too, like this guy, the Chrome Shell Crab out there. He's 4 and a blue, creature crab beast, just like old Nicky G, as morph for 4 and a blue. When this guy's turned face up, you may exchange control of target creature you control and target creature an opponent controls. This guy's so annoying, man. You get to give your opponent crabs, something I haven't done since 2001. Then we have Kadena Silencer. So this is 1 in a blue, creature Snake Wizard, it's a 2/1. When this guy's turned face up, counter all abilities your opponent's control has Megamorph for 1 in a blue. So you basically turn it up anytime for its Megamorph cost, put a +1/+1 counter on it. This guy's pretty neat. And then we have the Gift of Doom, 4 in a black, for an enchantment aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature has Death Touch and Indestructible, has Morph, sacrifice another creature. So as this is turned face up, you may attach it to another creature. I use this when I get wiped, right? You sack a creature, some old idiot over there, some Morph. In response, save your commander. Now those cards are all cheap as heck, but the 4th reason you should try Kadena is the mind games. Every face down card is a Chrome Shell Crab. Every face down card is a mystery to your opponents. Is that a Void Mage Prodigy out there? Or is it just a land? Is it nothing? I don't know. Who knows, man? Void Mage Prodigy, so this is blue, creature human wizard, it's a 2/1. Has blue and a blue, sacrifice a wizard, counter target spell, you can sacrifice itself. Has morph for 1 blue mana. Or is that face down card a damn Keru Spell Snatcher? So this guy's 3 in a blue, creature Snake Wizard, it's a 3/3 with morph for 4 blue. When this thing's turned face up, counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost for as long as it remains exiled. The point is, you never know. And number 5 is if you can get your morphs out at instant speed, you can draw 4 extra cards per turn cycle, get 4 free morphs out there, dude. Leyline of Anticipation, 2 blue, enchantment. If this thing is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. You may cast spells as though they had flash. Vedalken Orrery, this thing got a reprint. It's down to about $7 or $8 or so. 4 generic mana, artifact. You may cast spells as though they had flash, man. The Josh Lee Quazzle Frazzle special out there, this was super pricey. Down to $7 or $8, man. Pretty fantastic card. I wouldn't run this in every deck like the old muscle over there on game nights, but I would put it in this type of deck because it has added synergy. And of course, you have Vivian, the champion of the wilds out there, 2 and a green, legendary planeswalker Vivian. You may cast creature spells as though they had flash. +1 until your next turn, up to 1 target creature gains vigilance and reach, that's fine. And -2, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Exile 1 face down, put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. For as long as it remains exiled, you may cast it if it's a creature spell. And reason number 6 to try Kadena is colorless synergies. The morphs are colorless fellas. So you have Mystic Forge out there, so that's 4 generic mana artifact. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast artifact spells and colorless spells from the top of your library. As tap, pay 1 life, exile the top card. And from the very rulings on this card, if the top card of your library has a morph ability, you can cast it face down from the top of your library, even if it's not normally a colorless card. Pretty nice. Let's dig a little deeper. You got Ugan the Ineffable out there, 6 generic mana, legendary planeswalker. Colorless spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. This guy starts with loyalty 4. +1, exile the top card of your library face down and look at it. You know, like my girlfriend tells me to look at her dog. Look at that dog, dude. Create a 2/2 colorless spirit creature token. When that token leaves the battlefield, put the exiled card in your hand. -3, destroy target permanent that's 1 or more colors, which is pretty good. So you get a free morph, you draw a card. Get another morph out there for 1 mana, draw a card. He's got that weird +1 too. I never understood the hype over Ugan. You know, it's kind of mean they call him uneffable though. I mean, he's a bit ugly, but I think he's effable. And of course, what's the best kind of monument you could have? The Forsaken one. 5 generic mana, legendary artifact. Colorless creatures you control get +2/+2. Whenever you tap a permanent for colorless, add an additional colorless, and whenever you cast a colorless spell, you gain 2 life. This does a lot of work out there, man. Make all your morphs 4/4s. Combos with Basalt Monolith, I'm just saying. That's another video, dude. Reason number 7 to try Kadena Slinking Sorcerer is all the other weird synergies you get into with this card, man. So you have Eudora the Grave Gardener out there, 4 and a green, legendary creature, Treefolk Druid, it's a 5/5. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may return it to the battlefield face down. Under its owner's control, it's a forest land. So if your morphs die, you get another bite of the apple and ramp yourself with a nifty forest. I put this down here for the manifest part. You know, that's another weird ability that lets you turn your dude's face up for its mana cost, which is often less than its morph cost. And that's Ugan's Mastery, so that's 4 generic mana enchantment. Whenever you cast a colorless creature spell, manifest the top card of your library, which is different than Morph, dude. Put it onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature, turn it face up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature card. Whenever you attack with creatures with total power 6 or greater, you may turn a face down creature you control face up. Yeah man, don't sleep on the Ixodron either. 3 blue, creature illusion, it's a star. As it enters, turn all other non-token creatures face down. Ixodron's power and toughness are each equal to the number of face down creatures on the battlefield. So your dudes can pop face up again, man, but this fella basically locks down all your opponent's stuff. They can't turn face up. And not only do you have the Ixodron, you got Ixodor, the Reality Sculptor. This guy's 3 blue, legendary creature, human wizard, it's a 3/4. Face down creatures get +1/+1. Has 2 and a blue, turn target face down creature face up. Reality exiled this guy. He's no longer bound by its laws, brother. This guy is such a sexy, mysterious dude. He's wearing a trench coat with no shirt underneath, which is a look I have also experimented with prior to being arrested for forgetting to put on pants also. You know, just kidding, dude. Now the best thing about playing a morph deck, face down creature deck, is yelling surprise mother. It's a casual deck, you know, but it's fun, dude. There are some other sweet mechanics from recent sets that fit in nicely with Kadena. We have the Manifest Dread out there. So you have Zimone, the Mystery Unraveler. She's 2 green and blue, legendary creature, human wizard. It's a 3/3. Girl Harry Potter, has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters Manifest Dread, if this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn. Otherwise, you may turn a permanent you control face up. Rewarding land ramp, which you're going to need for all those morph costs anyway. You're in green, dude. Might as well run those cultivate, stuff like that. About to manifest dread in my pants, dude. Hauntwood Shrieker, 1 green creature beast mutant. It's a 3/3. Whenever this thing attacks, manifest dread. Has 1 and a green, reveal target face down permanent. If it's a creature card, you may turn it face up. This is a dope addition to a Kadena deck. Now you also have the disguise mechanic, Hunted Bone Brute. It's 2 and a black, creature skeleton beast. It's a 6/2, has menace. Whenever this guy enters, target opponent creates 2 1/1 white dog creature tokens. When this guy dies, each opponent loses 3 life. So this has disguise for 1 and a black. Not bad for 2 mana if you cast it for free with Kadena out there. And check out this guy, Experiment 12. So this is 3 and a green for a creature elf lizard warrior. It's a 4/4 with trample, not bad. Whenever this guy or another creature you control is turned face up, put +1/+1 counters on it equal to that creature's power. Has disguise for 4 and a green. This guy is anamorphing into a damn lizard, got stuck in the microwave. But listen man, the disguise mechanic, they have to have ward 2 when they're face down. Kinda gives away the game. You also have the cloak mechanic. Check out Vanar out here, the evolved enigma, 2 green and a blue, legendary creature, elf ooze wizard. It's a 3/4. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose 1. Cloak a card from your hand. You put it onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature with ward 2. Turn it face up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature card, or put a +1/+1 counter on each colorless creature you control. Now the weird thing with cloak and disguise is that you have to differentiate them from the morphs, which also causes all kind of confusion. Confuse and disorient the enemy. Dude, that's Sun Tzu, that's the art of war. That's better, Commander, brother. But they can infer if it's cloaked or disguised, it's not one of your morphs. You know, they have to do some inference there. They got to be detectives. But anyway, there's only a couple cards that cloak, like Vanar and Atrata the Deadly Fugitive. So this is 1 blue and a black, legendary creature, vampire assassin. It's a 1/4 with death touch. Face down creatures you control have 2 blue and a black, turn this creature face up. If you can't exile it, then you may cast the exile card without paying its mana cost. Whenever an assassin you control deals combat damage to an opponent, cloak the top card of that player's library. Very weird, but very useful ability. So listen man, I haven't updated Kadena in a while, dude, but it's a fun casual deck that keeps your opponents guessing. Kadena's a classic, super cheap to build, makes a fun deck to bamboozle your bros out there. Toss in some overrun effects and you're golden. Morph, manifest, disguise, cloak. If you push real hard and bear down, sit on the toilet, you might manifest bread, my dude. Nikki G, Better Commander, signing off.